Welcome back. Legal counsel Charlie O'Hara in the studio once again on this Wednesday morning. Good to see you again, Charlie.
Good to be
here in the studio.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get right to the callers. We have a few on the line. Good morning. What's your question for Charlie?
My question is, my ex-husband is now saying that he wants to sue me for back child support because we're about to do a paternity test on my teenage son. Can he do that and get money back if he's not the father?
Well, being a father actually is more than the DNA test. If this person, your ex-husband, raised your child and he or she is now in their teens, I don't think doing a DNA test is very good. He's been the father the whole time. If he's acknowledged he's the father, regardless of what the DNA test is, the child should be in a stable relationship. So I don't think you ought to do a DNA test if he's acknowledged he's the father and paid child support. If he hasn't and it's some argument that came late in life, well, then sometimes that can be done. But it's paramount that we take care of the children and keep the children in a stable relationship. So doing those tests late in someone's life when they've had a father is not good for anybody.
And once you've already, claimed that you are the father and raised them as your child, can you really claim that back child support anyways?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, there's always a different situation that can develop under the facts.
Right.
But normally speaking in that situation, you're the father. You've claimed him. You've raised him. You've been the father. It's the best interest of the child to stay in a stable relationship, and we don't want to, the courts don't want somebody finding out at 16 years old, oh, by the way, that guy that raised you all this time is not your dad.
Okay.
You know, they don't like that. That doesn't help the child. That doesn't help anybody.
Okay. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate your call, too. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and get back to the phones. Good morning. What's your question for Charlie today?
Me?
That's right. Go ahead.
Okay. My question is, I was watching you on the same TV station a few months ago, and you were talking about somebody that had been deemed unfit for employment. My question is, can you be deemed unfit for employment, and/or who does the deeming, and is this like a legal term, or is it more like an informal, some permanent record thing that, the average person does not have access to?
Well, I guess to stop you quickly, that's not a legal term. And if I said that, I may have even misspoke. I think I may have said that in relation to some child support things and things like that when someone is disabled and they've gone like to the Social Security Administration or something like that, and they've been told that you're disabled, you're not supposed to work, or their doctors told them they're not supposed to work and they're getting aid. Well, that changes the child support, and that changes a lot of things. So if I used it, was probably in relation to that. I don't know that anyone's really deemed not to be able to work, but if the Social Security Administration says they're disabled and they get a check every week or every month, then they're not supposed to be working, actually, because the law tells them not to while they get that check. If they get well and they can work, then they can go back and not get the check and work.
I was going to say, and if they are working while collecting that check and someone finds out about it, then what?
It's a crime.
Okay.
You can go to jail for that. It's actually stealing from the government. If you tell them you can't work and then you get aid and go work on the side, that's a crime.
Okay. Thank you, Charlie. We have time for one more caller. Good morning. What's your question for Charlie today?
Yes. My friend has MRSA, and he pays the hospital for a week of treatments in advance. And then when he shows up, say the third day, they say, oh, you can't have your treatment today unless you pay $150 on your bill you owe us. It would seem to me that that would be a contractual agreement.
Well, I think that is a contractual agreement. I think that whole law and all those procedures are changing because of the new, what we call Obamacare. But a hospital, and you're not supposed to be refusing treatment to people that are in trouble and are having physical problems. You're supposed to take care of them. So I don't know the exact situation, but I think that'll change with the new law.
Okay, thank you. Good to see you again, Charlie. And thank you so much for calling in. If you didn't get on the line, Charlie will be here next Wednesday. We'll be back in a moment with more Eyewitness News.
Expect more from KSCW. This is Eyewitness News this morning in high definition, online at kwch.com.